What is there left to say about Fire Emblem Awakening? It is simply one of the best games ever made. Everything it did was perfect, from the storyline to the gameplay. It was all perfect, and many fans, old and new, agree. And many people agree that it saved the Fire Emblem franchise. But I'm getting a little bit off plot here. So, if you want good storyline, you need good characters. And with over 70 playable characters in Fire Emblem Awakening to choose from in this countdown, I've got a lot to work with here. So, let's lay down some rules. Rule number 1. There are going to be a few spoilers, so beware. Number 2. There are only going to be characters that can have support conversations. And rule number 3, it's all my opinion, so if you disagree, feel free to comment. So, without further ado, let's begin this countdown. Warrior of Calm, Basilio, and Afraid of Women, Lonku joins very early in the game, and immediately I fell in love with his battle style, and later on his personality. There are genuinely some funny dialogues through the support conversations with this guy, especially through the support conversations with Muriel. I mean seriously, Muriel plants a load of statues of women in Lonku's room one night, and he freaks out and smashes them all. You know, because he's afraid of women and all that. It's moments like this in Fire Emblem Awakening which genuinely make me laugh out loud. Another funny one. Kelum is the only knight you get early in the game, and his main flaw is barely anyone notices him. Kinda funny, as he wears absolutely massive armor in the game. And some of the support conversations you can have with him are really funny, such as the support conversation with Muriel. Again, I'm mentioning Muriel, but I mean seriously, she experiments on Kelum to see why people barely notice him. I feel very sorry for him, and I make sure I get him married with another unit in the game so he doesn't feel lonely. Well, unless I'm playing Lunatic, then Kelum is useless, I guess. Sorry, buddy. And yes, I know he looks like Brock, don't use the jokes. Ah, my first wife in Fire Emblem. Chershi. Okay, how the hell do you pronounce this? What, it's Shush? Alright. Shush is the only Wyvern rider you get early in the game, and in the support conversations, you can tell she absolutely loves Wyverns, almost to a creepy scale. Even with the support conversations, she just waffles on about her Wyvern Minerva and wants to find her a mate. When your avatar has the support conversation with her, you try to find her Wyvern a mate, and instead the avatar falls in love with Shush, and they get married, and the poor Wyvern Minerva still has no mate. Oh well. Oh, and by the way, did I mention his son is Batman? Okay, I'll try not to spoil too much. Lucina is Krom's daughter, and she travels back in time to aid Krom in saving the kingdom from the fell dragon Grimer. She is pretty dull in terms of personality, but I still find her to be a very nice character, as she dedicates and even puts her life on the line to save the kingdom from the fell dragon. There's not much else to say, but in one part of the game you genuinely feel like she will do anything to stop the fell dragon, even put an important character's life on the line in order to keep Krom safe. Luckily I didn't spoil that for you. So, if that isn't dedicated to saving the world, I don't know what is. What is there to say about old Donald? Donald starts off as an extremely weak unit, but if you give him some time to level up, he'll end up carrying the team because of the skill Aptitude. And by the way, Aptitude increases the chance of stat boosts, and that is extremely valuable and should be passed down to a child unit. He's a villager who has the kind of cowboy type accent, and in the support conversations, his villagerness begins to show off. And villagerness is not a word, people. So, in a conversation with Maribel, she teaches Donald to speak nicely. God, he is a simpleton, but God, he is a legend in battle. Sadly, the only dancer in the game, Olivia is an extremely shy character in the game, but if you get to know her, You can see how passionate she is about dancing, and she even wants to save up to build a theatre. Heck, she could be the next Shakespeare. I know she's overrated, but damn, she's so cute, and one of my favourite crushes in Fire Emblem. Another one of the weaker units, but if you give her some time and Gale Force, she'll be able to carry the team quite well. The son of the unit Pan, hope you're ready Furries, Yarn is a complete coward in the game, which is kind of ironic as I charge him into the front line in battle because he is capable of carrying the team. It's quite funny how much of a coward he is in the game, but in the support conversation with Cynthia he turns from zero to hero. But with the support conversation with Noir, they fall in love because they're both scared of absolutely everything. Speaking of Noir, the daughter of the hex maniac Vajra, Noir was born a test rat, as all Vajra ever did was experiment on her, and because of that, she ended up just like Yarn, scared of absolutely everything. Heck, she'd probably run away from a cat given the circumstances. And in the support conversation with Vajra, she tries to make sure that the future Noir won't be messed up, and even admit that she loves her. See, Vajra does have a heart. A very messed up heart, but a heart nonetheless. Possibly my favourite crush in Fire Emblem Awakening, Vajra is a creepy dark mage who's obsessed with hexes and curses, so basically she's the witch of Fire Emblem. But what makes her truly stand out is the fact she has a giant crush on your unit. Even if your character is married to her, she'll continue to stalk your character, which I find extremely funny. So, let's see what Vajra's hobbies are, everyone. Hobby number 1, casting hexes. Hobby number 2, cursing people. And hobby number 3, stalking your character. But if you dive deep into the support conversations, you'll see that she secretly cares for people. For example, in the support conversations with Virian, she hexes Virian into doing chores for her, and these chores actually end up helping the team, such as building new beds and finding food. And with the support conversations with Gaius, Gaius finds the sexy side to Vajra. Yeah, this game is really funny, and I just absolutely love the comedy in Fire Emblem Awakening. And then you play the DLC, and then you figure out, well, just go and Google images yourself, guys. In my opinion, there is only one character that deserved the #1 spot, and that character is you. In Awakening, you can create a character of your own and name him/her. But what makes the unit so special is his/her personality. Krom first finds you laying in the meadows with amnesia, but as the game progresses, you find out a strange and very dark secret about your character. And in the end of the game, many heart-rendering conversations appear, such as your unit trying to sacrifice their life more than once if you make certain decisions in the game to defeat the Fell Dragon. And that is what truly earns this character my respect. The unit is a true hero, and perhaps the main reason Awakening had such good storyline. Male/female unit, thank you for saving the Fire Emblem franchise.